Hello everyone, welcome back to another vlog. My name is Jennifer, but everyone calls me Yenny. And today is Saturday, August 22nd or 3rd, I think. And I have a birthday party to go to later on, but before that, I want to see if I can get a few things done around the house. There's a couple of areas that have been bothering me, and I want to see if I can change some things around. And since I don't have to be at the party till later on, I thought I would do that today. I'm gonna see how much I can get done before I have to leave, but those two areas I do want to get done and get them out of the way so that I can feel happy about it. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so the first problem area is here in the dining room. I moved some of my wall decor around because there was a piece that I wanted to bring into the living room, which is this piece right here. I had that in the hallway and my husband loves that. He's the one who got that for me, and he wanted me to bring it in here in the living room so that we could see it more, and I love that. I think it goes really well with the curtains, so that I'm happy with. But I had to move other stuff around, and this picture, I really love this picture, so that I don't have a problem with. I decided to move that to this wall, and what I had there, I moved it to the other side of the wall. Well, it doesn't fit this wall very well. I think it's a little bit longer than the other side. So I found these little arrows in my closet, and I went ahead and put them there, but I just have never been happy with it. I used to have a mirror right there, and I'm thinking that's what I want to do. I want to bring my mirror back to this space. The arrows, I don't think I'm going to be using them, but this frame, I do still like it, and I was thinking of moving that over to my storage and scrapbooking room. Okay, and my second problem area, this is my scrapbooking and storage room. There is a lot going on in here, and it has just been feeling a little too cluttered, too unorganized, and just not like a clean, relaxing space for me. So I do want to change that up, and what I was thinking was first bringing the other frame that was in the dining room somewhere in here. First of all, I do need to reorganize all of my scrapbook stuff. It's kind of a mess over here, so that I need to organize. But then, as you can see, that is the only non-storage area, just that little corner, and then there's storage stuff over here on this side. This is the mirror that I am going to be taking over to the dining room, and there's more storage stuff on this side. So what I was thinking was I am going to make kind of like divide it and make maybe this whole side just all the storage items, and then make this wall just something nicer and make it a little bit more cohesive than just a bunch of junk everywhere and then just one little corner. So I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do. This is some fall and Halloween decor that I went and got yesterday at the thrift store, so I will be doing a haul of all of this probably in my next video, but let me show you a little bit around. So we have the coolers there and some lawn chairs. We have a 12-pack of beer there just left over from the last party, some cleaning supplies, some like food items, Ziploc bags, the Christmas tree that has to stay here because it is really big and really heavy to get up in the attic, so I'd rather just leave that there. And then this needs to go away. Some of these are going to Mexico, some of this is trash. And then all of these tables and chairs that I think I'm going to move over to this side. If there's anything that I can get out of here, I will do that, but I'm not sure about that yet. Okay, and now let me take you over to my pink room because I am thinking I might move my chair from in there to in here. I'm not sure about that yet. I haven't quite decided, but let me go show you. Oh, and also I want to go get blinds for this window. We don't have any blinds here or curtains or anything, but I'm thinking just blinds for now. But this is the chair that I am thinking of maybe moving it over to my scrapbooking and storage room and make that a little reading corner over there. But the problem also is that I really do love this little reading corner. So I am having a hard time deciding if that's something I want to do. I really do love it in here, but then again, everything else is kind of like closet type of space in here, except for that. That's just like my little reading corner. So I'm thinking maybe just make this whole room like full-on closet, get ready, beauty room, whatever you want to call it, and move this over to my other room. But I haven't decided on that yet. Let me know if you think that's a good idea or not. And yeah, I haven't quite decided, so keep watching this video to see if I do make that change or not. Okay, you guys, so Jaden says no, do not move the chair. He actually does use that reading chair over there, and he likes the vibe over there. So he says I would lose the vibe. But I'm telling him I feel like it makes more sense to be in here, because over there is just like get ready, like clothes, shoes, makeup everywhere, and it doesn't really go in there. But like I said, I haven't decided yet. First, I want to do what I want to do, change the storage area all to one side and see if I can get this side of the room looking nice and kind of all cohesive to where the chair makes sense to be in here, and where it will actually look good and feel nice and calm and relaxing. I was telling them that I don't get that feeling over there. I don't feel calm and relaxed over there because of all the other mess going on, the shoes and the clothes and all of that. And I go in there a lot, so a lot of times it is messy. But then again, this is storage area, so it would also be kind of messy, but we'll see. First, let me go ahead and start organizing what's already in here and moving things around. So first I'm going to start with what was my original plan, and by the end of this video you'll see how many times that plan changed. So by looking at this the way it is right now, no, it doesn't make sense to put her like a reading corner in here. It doesn't quite give off the calming effect, as you can see. And even though I had a vision, it was kind of hard to picture it, which was why in my head I was also very like back and forth about it. And I understand why Jaden was like, no, do not move that chair. And if you pay attention, you see me just stand there a lot and contemplating, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just like contemplating, why did I decide to do this? It was feeling a little bit overwhelming, and like maybe I jumped ahead of myself and I shouldn't have said anything about the chair, because this was already seeming like too much and like maybe it just wouldn't work out. But I kept going, and this is a longer video, you guys. I cut out a lot and sped up a lot. I did also show you like a little overview of the pink room and what all I had in there. I know from what you could see that it was a hot mess. I go in there all the time and it is quite messy, but I do have a plan for that room too. And I was also explaining to you that aside from it not feeling cozy for me and relaxing enough to like go in there and read a book much, another thing has also been bugging me about that room, and that is that I cannot open the door all the way. We fit just fine, but it bothers me so much that I can't open that door, that we only have a small space to walk through, and I can't really do anything about it with my shoe rack being there, and that being the only place that it can go unless I get rid of that chair. And like I said, I was showing you all that and explaining all that, but this video is so long I had to just cut it out, and I was like, okay, I'll just tell them all of that through the voiceover. So that's what I'm doing right now. But yeah, so I am tidying up around in here and moving things around, and also I did get some stuff out of here that didn't need to be in here. I did have like an overflow of Costco items in here, but I think really it was just easier to put them in here because the space was here. But I did find a good spot for them. I put the Ziploc bags where the rest of the Ziploc bags are, and the food items with, you know, the rest of the food items in the little pantry cabinet that I have, and it all fit fine. I just hadn't taken the time to actually try to do that and organize it where it belongs. It was just easy to just throw it in here. And next I am going to move over to my scrapbooking desk. I was keeping it pretty nice and organized in here, and then you know how it goes, just that one day that you didn't put anything away, things just start piling up, and it just creates a big mess. So this needed to be done anyways. And also, I was showing you the dining room because those frames were really bothering me, but that is the last that you will see the dining room. This whole storage room just took up the rest of the time, and I could not fit anything else in my day. It's a good thing that I didn't list all the things that I was actually trying to do before I went to the party, because I had a list, you guys, and none of it got done except what you're seeing here. I always think I have so much time to get so much done, and man, time just goes by so quick. Okay, you guys, so here is what it looks like so far. I have an empty space right here, and I have an empty space right here on this side. So I did get everything. This is kind of like, I would say, like hobby area. Here's my puzzles and my t-shirt press, my heat press, some scrapbooking stuff. This is all scrapbooking all up here. And I do come in here a lot and edit my videos for YouTube. This is where I'll sit down and do some voiceovers, because this room just kind of feels away from the house. So it just feels a little bit more private, which is why I was thinking about the reading chair in here. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Now, I'm still deciding on that reading chair. And this is what just the storage space looks like. So it's just all up against the wall there. I wish I could get it kind of just more off to one area, but then it's just gonna be sticking out too much. So I think this is fine for now. So now that I have things off to one side, also the paint does look a little bit splotchy because it wasn't a paint job. This was just what's the primer. This is just primer. There hasn't been any paint in here, so that's why it looks kind of like splotchy, because we did redo this front wall where the window is at. We redid that whole thing and went ahead and just primed everything, but we haven't gotten actual paint color in here. So that's why that looks like that. Jaden said we have to paint it if we're gonna do all of this, but I don't know, it's just another expense, and you know how everything is so expensive nowadays. So I really don't want to spend the money on that if it doesn't bother me so much. I feel like you can see it more on the camera, like all the splotchiness, but I don't know, that would have to be another day anyways. Now that I have everything kind of moved around, I'm gonna bring Jaden in here and see what he thinks and see if he's changed his mind on that reading chair. I feel like he actually uses that a lot more than I do, so I want to get his opinion on it. I want to see if I've changed his mind at all, or if I can still change his mind. It does look a little like this room is not done, so it does look very unfinished in here, but I like how it just feels separate from the house. Like it just feels a little bit more lonely, I guess, in here, but not in a bad way, in a good way. So I feel like even though there is a lot of storage area on that side of the wall, I feel like it would still give it that more like cozy alone time for reading, which is what I like. Okay, before I get Jaden in here, I did want to go ahead and, because all of this fall stuff is staying here, I went and grabbed some tote bags so that it could just look a little bit more put together and a little more pleasing to the eye. Now this blue tote, the light blue tote that all of this is on, that is also home decor. Those are just some extra items that I'm not using right now. They're not really seasonal or anything. I can use those at any time, so that's why I have those right here. All my seasonal decor I do have up in the attic. But yeah, that storage bin is staying in here, and then I'll go get Jaden, which I didn't need his approval, of course, but I did want it. I did want him to also like it because he does use that reading chair a lot. Okay, so I have finished moving all of the like hobby stuff to one area and all the storage stuff to one area. So I want you to go in there and see if you've changed your mind about the reading chair going in there and how that will feel. So go take a look at it. Tell me what you think. Okay, so I was thinking the reading chair either right here by the window or over here on this corner. So it'll either be like this will be your view right here sitting down, or this will be your view right here. Which another thing about this room is there is a TV in this room. There's not a TV in the pink room. So that also kind of gives it more of a roomy feel, I feel like. And also keep in mind, I will probably bring the little string lights in here.
Probably over there.
The chair over there. Do you see it though?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Jaden approves, you guys. Also, imagine a rug right there and blinds right there. There's gonna be blinds, and I was thinking a rug right here. Yes?
I see it.
You see it?
I see it.
Okay. Yes, we got it, you guys. We're gonna bring the chair in. I think first I'm gonna go buy some blinds. I'm thinking I'm gonna go see if I can find a rug to cover this area. As you can see, the floor is also unfinished in here. So this room does need a lot of work, but I feel like we can make it look nice with just a few little couple of extra things in here. Plus the frame, the picture frame that I wanna bring in here also. Okay, so I did not go get the blinds and the rug first because I did want to get this chair in here. Since I was still debating on it, I wanted to get it in here first and see if I liked it before I put a whole rug in here. And if you're new here, Jaden is my 16-year-old son. He will be 17 in about a month. So of course I had to sit down and see if I liked it. And then that was my sister and my niece coming in, and they actually took the tables, 2 of the tables and some chairs for the birthday party that we're going to later. And then because I couldn't quite fit my little book cart in here, and of course I have to have my books in here, I ended up moving the Christmas tree and whatever else was on there a little bit further down now that the tables and the chairs were gone. So I am slowly taking over what little space we did have for storage. And then I ended up getting rid of this other gray taupe out of here. That was my oldest son. He went to the army, and that is what he left behind. Those are the things that he still wants, so I am keeping them for him. And I didn't want to put them up in the attic so that he doesn't have to go up there and get them anytime he visits, but I did find another spot for those. I put it in the hallway closet, and also the suitcases, I think I put those in the hallway closet as well. So this is what the little corner that we have left now. I ended up standing up the Christmas tree to give myself more space, and I just put the lawn chairs on top of it. So yeah, that is quite a lot less space than we started with. Okay, you guys, so this is what it looks like now. I was debating on whether I should just move the chair over a little bit more and try to find some more space that way, because there is like lost space, I feel like in here and in there and over here. But for now, I think we're gonna leave that like that. Now, my newest thought and idea is since this feels a lot more like an office space now, so I have this corner right here. I don't want to fill that up with the tables and the chairs once those get here. Somehow I'll figure it out. Once they get back, I will figure it out. If I need to rearrange things, then I will rearrange things. For now, this is just the little storage corner. This too, but this I'm okay with because this is my decor stuff. So I feel like that's still me. And what I'm thinking for that corner is, again, like I said, since this is more like an office kind of space now, or that's the feel I'm getting from it, I was thinking of putting our computer desk over here. I don't want it to look way too cluttered. That's my worry, but I think I'm gonna move it over here because it's like just right there. So I'm just gonna like drag it in here and see how that looks. Another thing I'm concerned about is I have another chair, and that'll be 3 chairs in here. And I don't know if that's gonna seem like way too much, if I just need to leave one of the desk chairs out and just use one for like both areas, or what. Yeah, we are moving the desk in here now. I had trouble fitting it in here because the door wouldn't close. It just wouldn't quite fit in that space. And I thought it didn't fit in the other side of the wall because supposedly I had measured it, but it does have this little lip. So in the end, I did figure it out. And also because I had more space now over there where the chair is, I did also bring by the other little table that you saw to put by it, because the little drawer in there did have like office supplies in there. So it doesn't really belong in the pink room. Okay, you guys, so I just got back from Walmart and Home Depot. I did go ahead and go and get the blinds and a couple of other things, but I'm about to have to leave to the party. I have under an hour left, so the only thing that I'm going to do now is start wiping things down and get everything nice and clean. But let me show you what I got at Walmart. So they didn't have a whole lot of options there, but I did get this rug. This one was actually only $19.98 or something like that, but it is so soft. And this is a 4-foot 6-inch by 6 foot. So this will be great for the area right there where the little chair is. And I got this one because it does have some of this beige that's the same color as the chair, and then some darker browns to kind of go with the rest of the wood that's on the desk and the other little table. So this is the one that I went with. The windows measured 22s and all they had were 23s. So I ended up going to Home Depot to see if they had any there, and they did not, but they did have these that are custom cut ones. So I got them to cut it to the width of the window in here. So I got these, just some simple plain white blinds. And then I did go ahead and get a lamp. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I found this one, just a cute little lamp. I really liked it, and it was at a good price. It was $12.97 or something like that. So I went ahead and grabbed this one. And then the last thing that I got were some greenery, some little like faux foliage. And I do have like a little planter that I want to put this in and stick it over there by the window, because I do feel like we need a little bit of color in here. And also I grabbed this little like foam thingy to put in the planter. And I went with faux because I have a really hard time keeping plants alive, you guys. So I decided to go with these, and that way, I mean, I'll just clean them off and they'll always look pretty. That is it. That is everything that I got for in here. And then the rest of what I'm going to bring in here is things that I already have. So like I said, I have a little bit under an hour. I'm just going to clean this up really good, wipe everything down, sweep, and then we'll probably have to pick this video up back again tomorrow. I wanted to use up all the time that I had before I had to go. That way I had as much of a head start as I could. So the last thing that I had time for on this day was just to clean everything, just wipe everything down, all the screens, and wipe down all the surfaces. And my husband is, while I'm doing this, he is putting the blinds up already. He had just gotten home, so he went ahead and did that for me. So I just showed you everything that I got for this room, and that was a total of about $55 to $60. The rug was $20, the lamp was $12. I did also get a mouse pad, which was only like $4 or $5, and then the blinds I think were about $15. The greenery was about $5, and everything else that is going up in here I already owned, I already had, so not too bad. About $55 for a total makeover in here. All right, you guys, it is the next day. Yesterday, I showed you everything that I was able to get done. As you can see, my husband did end up putting up the blinds yesterday before we left, so that is done. Everything is wiped down. I didn't get to sweep, so I am about to sweep in here, and then we are going to place the finishing touches, put down the rug, the lamp, maybe some wall decor, and then this room will be complete, at least for now. My husband does want to paint it. He told me he wishes I would have let him know that I was going to do this so that he could paint the walls first, but I told him, like, this was so unplanned, so unexpected. All I wanted to do was switch the storage items to one side of the wall and then the little white table to another side of the wall, and that's where I was gonna leave it, but I couldn't leave well enough alone, and I ended up turning this room into a whole new different space. So I think the painting we will do later. My husband really wants to do that, so I was like, go for it. If that's something you want to do, go for it. To me, to be honest, it doesn't bother me. I'm fine with it the way it is, but my husband is going to be painting that, so we'll see when that gets done. But for now, let me go ahead and sweep and finish up this room so I can show y'all the end result. This is the last of the boring stuff, the work part of it, but it has to get done. I didn't get around to this part yesterday, and of course we got to have a clean floor before we put the rug in. So after this, then all the fun part begins, the decorating, the pulling it all together, and I cannot wait for you to see how it all turned out. I am so excited about it. I am just going to let you see for yourself without doing a voiceover how everything comes together. So enjoy the process, you guys. I cannot wait for you to see everything. I will see you once I'm done. Enjoy. Okay, you guys, we are finally done in here and I love it so much. It turned out way better than I thought it would. I wasn't even sure if I should bring the chair in here or not, if I would be able to give it the right feel, but I absolutely love it. I think everything just flows a little bit better, like everything just belongs together. I just feel like I would come in here and do more reading in this room than I would over there in the pink room. I just love the feel in here. It just feels cozy and homey. And I don't think I was getting that same feel over in the pink room. It felt nice, like it was pretty. It was just like pink and pretty and girly, but I wasn't getting that calming effect that I do actually get in here. I love it so much. We do need to paint the walls, but that's just gonna be at another time. It really doesn't bother me so much. I don't really pay attention to the color. I know in the video there were times like, oh yeah, you can definitely see like the changes in color, but we will get to that just at some other time. For me, it's not such a big deal, but I can see how it might come across as a little bit messy, but it really does feel so nice in here, so calming in here. And I am so excited to just get better use of this room also. It just felt like a wasted space. I was coming in here to do my scrapbooking, but now I can do a whole lot more in here and still keep my like decor in here and things. The storage area is like way smaller than what it was before. I don't have the tables and the chairs in here right now. My sister still has those, so I don't know if they're gonna fit back in here, but I'll figure something else out for the tables and the chairs. We'll see where we can store them, but I am okay with the little storage corner right here. It's kind of like in a corner and out of the way, and everything else flows so good, so it really doesn't bother me. And we do need some more storage space in this house, so that's just gonna stay there, and I'm totally fine with it. The way everything else looks and the way it all flows together, it just makes up for just that little storage corner. Jaden is also very happy with it. He had his doubts. He did not want me to bring that chair in here, but he really does love it also. And I can definitely see him coming in here. I know he will be in here reading. Also, I think the rug was definitely needed. Like, that just pulls it all together and makes it look really homey in here. It wouldn't have looked the same, and it wouldn't have looked quite nice without that rug, and it was only $19.99, so I am glad that I found it. And there wasn't a whole lot of options, so I was kind of like, well, I'm just taking what's there, but I really do love it. I think it just goes great with the other colors in this room. Like, it just matches perfectly in here. It was the perfect choice, I think. And one more thing, I did decide to just leave the one chair in here. So I have my pink and white desk chair in here. The other chair, I might put that in the pink room. I'm gonna reorganize that and see how I can change things around. I think that if I would have left the black chair in here also, it would have just been too many chairs in here. We don't need all of that. If I need to be on the computer desk, then I'll just move the chair over here and just use the same chair for both areas. I mean, it has wheels, so it can move around easily. So yeah, we're gonna keep just the one chair in here, and I'll figure out what to do with the other one. But that is gonna be it for this video, you guys. What I thought was gonna be a simple, just like switch over, ended up being so much more, but such a better plan. And it did take me 2 days, but we got it done. I'm so happy with it. Let me know what you guys think of it. I don't know what this room is gonna be called now, because it was the like storage and scrapbooking room. I think now it's more of a like an office kind of space. So I don't know if I'm gonna call this the scrapbooking room still, or the reading room, or like just like the office room. I really don't know. We'll see what we end up calling it. But thank you for watching, you guys. I need to go get the pink room together and organized and move things around. So that's gonna be my next video, and I'll probably still be wearing this because I'm about to go do that right now. But that is where I'm gonna leave this video, you guys. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.